Hello students, welcome back to Agma's chemistry class. Before this I made two videos, one on introduction of chemical kinetics and rate of reaction and second one on order and molecularity of the reaction. If you have missed these two videos, not an issue, I am giving the link of the two videos in the description box below, you can go through them. And if you don't want to miss my videos further, you please subscribe to my channel and share my videos. In this video, I am going to tell you about integrated rate equations. For a chemical reaction in which reactants R converts into products P, rate of reaction can be written as rate, which can be expressed as minus dr by dt, is equal to rate constant into concentration of reactants per some x, where x is order of reaction. This equation is called as differential rate equation, as rate of reaction is expressed in the form of differentiation. On integrating this differential equation, you will get integrated rate equation. And let us see how will you get integrated rate equation of zero order reaction. For a zero order reaction, differential rate equation is minus dr by dt is equal to rate constant K into concentration of reactants per 0. R per 0 is equal to 1. So minus dr by dt is equal to K minus dr is equal to K dt. Integrating on both sides, minus integral dr is equal to K integral dt. In integration we have a formula, integral dx is equal to x. So this minus integral dr becomes minus r plus K integral dt will become kt, and after completion of integration we need to add a constant I. To find out the value of I, we need to substitute certain conditions. At time t equal to 0, concentration of reactants is taken as R naught. If you substitute these two values here, in place of t 0 and in place of R naught, so minus R naught is equal to I. Substitute the value of I in this equation, then minus R is equal to kt minus R naught. If you move this minus R naught left side, R naught minus R is equal to kt, or K equal to R naught minus R by T. This equation is called as integrated rate equation of zero order reaction. K equal to R naught minus R by T is the integrated rate equation of zero order reaction, and if you rearrange this equation, Kt is equal to R naught minus R. If you move this minus R to left side, it becomes R is equal to R naught. Move this Kt right side, minus Kt. And here if you observe this equation, it is in the form of y equal to mx plus c, which is a straight line not passing through origin, in which R and T are taken as variables. R is concentration of reactant, and T. R naught is constant. Initially, whatever the concentration of reactants we have taken, it is constant, right? So R is Y variable here, T is X variable. So if we draw a graph by taking R on y-axis and time on x-axis, then you will get a straight line not passing through origin as per this form of equation. But here the slope of the equation is negative, minus k. That's why you will get a straight line downwards with negative slope, where slope is equal to minus m and y-intercept is equal to R naught. We have one more relation here, R naught minus R is equal to KT. And if you consider this R naught minus R as Y variable and T time as X variable, then this equation is in the form of Y equal to mx. So that's why if this part R naught minus R is taken as Y variable in a graph, and T time as X variable, as it is in the form of Y equal to mx, which is a straight line passing through origin, you will get a graph like this with slope k. Let us see how to derive integrated rate equation of first order reaction. For a chemical reaction, reactants R converts into products P. Differential rate equation, if it is a first order reaction, differential rate equation is minus dr by dt equal to k into R power 1 as R equal to 1. Now I'm moving R term left side and differentiation of T to right side. So minus dr by R is equal to k dt, and if you integrate on both sides, minus integral 1 by R dr is equal to k is constant, and there will be no integration value for constant, so k integral dt. And there is a formula in integration, integral 1 by x dx is equal to ln x, which is nothing but log base e x. So if you apply this formula here, this minus integral 1 by r dr will be equal to minus ln r equal to integral dt is t. So kt plus, after the completion of an integration, we need to add one constant I. But what is the value of this I? To get the value of constant I, we need to substitute the conditions. What is that condition? At time t equal to 0, concentration of reactant R can be taken as R naught. Initial concentration. R naught is called initial concentration of reactants. So before the reaction is started, concentration of reactants is called initial concentration, that is represented by R naught. So at time t equal to 0, this concentration of reactants can be substituted by R naught. So substitute this R naught here, then minus ln R naught is equal to, in place of t if you substitute 0, then it will be 0, kt, product of kt is 0, equal to I, and this value of I is substitute in this equation, minus ln R is equal to k kt minus ln r naught. Minus ln r naught, if you move it left side, ln r naught minus ln r is equal to kt. So I am taking kt here. Kt is equal to ln r naught minus ln r, means log a minus log b. It is equal to log a by b. In logarithms, log a minus log b, if you have in this form, then it will be equal to log a by b. So ln r naught by r. So how will you get k now? K equal to 1 by t ln r naught by r. This is natural logarithm ln. If you want to convert ln x into log, then we should substitute 2.303 log x. Ln x equal to 2.303 log x. Log x means log base 10x. Ln x means log base ex. Relation between log base ex and log base 10x is this. Log base ex equal to 2.303 times 2 log base 10x. So that's why k is equal to 2.303 by t log r naught by r. This is the integrated rate equation of first order reaction. Integrated rate equation for first order reaction, k is equal to 2.303 by t log r naught by r can be rearranged like log r naught by r is equal to k by 2.303 into t. And if you consider this log r naught by r as y variable and time as x variable, then this is in the form of y equal to mx, a straight line passing through origin. So if we draw a graph between log r naught by r versus t, then you will get a straight line passing through origin having a slope of k by 2.303. Not only that, instead of this 2.303 log, suppose if we have this equation in the form of k equal to 1 by t ln r naught by r, then it can be written as ln r naught by r is equal to kt. Even this is also in the form of y equal to mx. So y variable is ln r naught by r, x variable is t. It is also a straight line passing through origin with slope equal to k. We can take this log r naught by r as log r naught minus log r equal to k by 2.303 into t. Now this log r naught term can be considered as constant because initial concentration of reactants is constant. So I am moving this r naught term right side. So minus log r is equal to minus log r naught plus kt by 2.303. I am multiplying whole equation by negative sign. Then log r equal to log r naught minus kt by 2.303. Now this equation is in the form of y equal to mx plus c. If we consider log r as y variable and time as x variable, now log r naught term is a constant. So when we draw a graph between log r and time, then you will get a straight line not passing through origin as per this form of the equation, but with negative slope, because in the place of slope m we got minus k by 2.303. So you will get a straight line not passing through origin with negative slope. Slope is minus k by 2.303. Let us see what is half-life time. Half-life time is the time taken for the conversion of half of the initial concentration of reactants into products. The time taken for the conversion of half of the initial concentration of reactants into products is called as half-life time. Half-life time is represented by T half, and when time is equal to half-life time, it means concentration of reactants remaining will be equal to initial concentration by 2, because already half of the initial concentration of reactants are converted into products. That's why remaining concentration of reactants at that half-life time will be equal half of the initial concentration. And suppose for zero order reaction, if you want to find out half-life time, for zero order reaction we got K equal to R naught minus R by T. Now if we substitute these two conditions here in this equation, K equal to R naught minus R naught by 2 by T half. So K will be equal to R naught minus R naught by 2 is R naught by 2. So R naught by 2 T half. So T half is equal to R naught by 2K. In this equation, K is anyway constant, so we can consider half-life time and initial concentration as variables. They are directly proportional. Half-life time of zero order reaction is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactants. So if we consider them as variables, let us take half-life time along y-axis and initial concentration of reactant along x-axis. Then this is in the form of y equal to mx. So when we draw a graph between half-life time along y-axis and initial concentration of reactants along x-axis, then you will get a straight line passing through origin whose slope is equal to 1 by 2K. And we can rearrange even this equation as R naught is equal to 2K T half. Now if you take R naught as y variable and T half as x variable, then it will be in the form of y equal to mx again. So when we draw a graph between R naught along y-axis and half-life time along x-axis, even then you will get a straight line passing through origin but whose slope is equal to 2K. Now come to first order reaction. Its rate equation, integrated rate equation, K is equal to 2.303 by T log R naught by R. Now to find out half-life time, you substitute the values time. If time equal to half-life time, then concentration of reactants will be equal to half of the initial concentration. Substitute these two conditions here, then K equal to 2.303 by T half to log R naught by 2. It is equal to 2.303 by T half to log 2. Log 2 value is 0.3010. When you multiply these two, you will get 0.693 by T half. Here no concentration term is included. No initial concentration term is included. It means half-life time of first order reaction is independent of initial concentration of reactants. That's all for this video. We can talk more about this topic in the next video. Thank you.